Morning and welcome to our English lesson. And so today is a creative writing lesson. But instead of giving you a title for your story, I'm actually going to give you an image as your stimulus. So imagine that you discover this shed at the bottom of your garden. What's inside? Well, I imagine that inside it's magical, and actually it's much, much bigger inside than it looks on the outside. Perhaps it's going to be lit by candles. I think I can imagine there's going to be all strange instruments inside on the tables, all different magic potions and magic spell books. All of a sudden, behind you, the door closes. I want you to imagine. Gently, you spy a man sat in emerald green robes, peering at you over his spectacles, looking like this. The candles flicker. It goes dark. It's pitch black, and he whispers. And that's where I want you to start the story. So, your first task is you only have 10 words. No more, no less, 10 words. I want you to come up with the next part of the story. So, behind you, the door closes. You spy a man sat in emerald green robes, peering out at you over his glasses. The candles flicker and die out. It goes pitch black dark. And he whispers. What does he whisper to you? So you have 10 words. Maybe, I want you to make it mysterious. Maybe he'll say something like, "Come, follow me. Don't make a sound. She's upstairs." Something like that. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe he'll say, "Stop there, stranger. What are you doing?" Up to you. Last time you were here, the dragon breathe fire at you. It's entirely up to you. Maybe it's something completely different, but you have 10 words. That's your first task. The second task, once you've done that, I want you to stop and just sit for 3 minutes. So you've done your 10 words. That's going to be your opening. So rather than doing once upon a time, we're doing a straight into dialogue. I want you to stop and sit for 3 minutes and just think, well, where am I going to take this story? What am I going to do with it? I've got a shed at the bottom of a garden. I've got a man in green robes. I've got these 10 words that are going to open my story. But where am I going to go with it? What's going to happen? Who else is going to be in it? How many characters am I going to have? Sorry, my teeth in, Mrs. Crowson. And I want you just to sit and plan. 3 minutes. You can jot it down on a piece of paper. You can do a mind map if that's how you want. You can do it in picture form if you want. Whatever works for you, just to get some ideas from your head onto your piece of paper. 3 minutes only. So I might think, okay, I've got my wizard. He's going to be a wizard in my story, and his shed at the bottom of my garden is his magic spell room. I'm going to have a little girl and her dog, and they stumble across this magic thing, and they take a magic potion, and she becomes invisible. And then she's going to go and do something, and he gets cross. There needs to be a problem they've got to sort out, and you're just going to get those ideas written down. Because this is a short story, not a novel. We're going to be spending 40 minutes doing this, not 40 years. Okay? So that's your second task. Who's going to be in it? What's going to happen? Most importantly, how are we going to end the story? How are we going to finish it? Finally, your task 3, I want you to actually write just the opening today. So we've got our 10 words, our kind of first initial sentence of whatever it might be. Quick, follow me upstairs. She's hiding, or whatever it might be. Then I want you to actually carry on. Just do almost the first chapter, as it were. The first couple of paragraphs, setting the scene, maybe introduce your characters. Just the first bit today. Tomorrow's lesson is where you're going to do the next chapter or the next couple of paragraphs and finish the story. So do your plot and do whatever might happen, exciting parts, and then end your story. So today, you've got 3 tasks. Number 1, I want you to have a think about what those 10 words might be that wizard has said to you, or he might not be a wizard. this man in emerald green robes, the things that he has whispered to you. Second task, I want you to stop and sit and think. Just 3 minutes. Where's your story going to go? What are you going to write about? Who's going to be in it? Where's it going to be taking place? What might happen? What problem might happen? What exciting thing might happen? And finally, number 3, just want you to write the actual opening part of the story, the first chapter, as it were. So introducing your characters, describe your setting. I want it to be rich vocabulary still, and I do want it to be full of wonderful things that we've learned about. So obviously 2A sentences, similes, onomatopoeias that we've learned about, anything that we've learned about in school that you can get in. That's the whole point that we learn about them, to make your writing exciting. And then tomorrow, that's where we'll finish off. So be creative, have fun with writing about what you want to write about using this weird and wonderful shed that you have found at the bottom of your garden as your starting point. I can't wait to read all about your wonderful stories. Keep them short, keep them simple, otherwise you get all in a muddle and confused. But have fun, that's the most important thing. Can't wait to read them.